Hi, I'm Jackie White, and this is my persuasive speech called People Should Eat Less Junk Food. Junk food. When you hear the term, you may think of candy, soda, or big bags of chips. Things that most of us get to enjoy pretty often. But let's take a step back and see how the Washington Post defines junk food for us. An article written by them explained, junk food includes any highly processed, high in calories, or low in nutrient foods. Basically, foods that our body cannot put to good use. This widens the spectrum a bit. Junk food is also pastas, highly processed canned goods, or basically anything from your favorite fast food place. I believe that people as a whole should consume less junk food because it can have harmful effects to the body and mind. Today, I will tell you about how junk food affects your energy levels, the overall health decrease it can cause, and the impact of society on what we eat. Junk food consumption has a negative effect on your energy levels. I continued to read the Washington Post's article. They told a story about 5 young men and an experiment that they conducted. Their experiment was they ate only junk food for 5 days straight. They found that they were left very tired and weak. This was because their muscles had a hard time turning the processed glucose into energy. This left them feeling worn down. In another section of their article, I read about how the effects of just one meal can affect your body, especially when your body isn't used to it. One meal of junk food can cause blood sugar spike, and then it suddenly drops. This is because of the high processed sugar and carbs in the processed food that you're eating. The lack of energy that it can cause makes you crave more, makes you crave that blood sugar spike again, but it's a constant circle. The last thing in the Washington Post that I read was how junk food leads to poor digestion. The lack of fiber in junk food makes the food sit in the stomach longer because it isn't digested as quickly. This can make you feel heavy and worn down and also has symptoms like constipation. I also read in an article by SF Gate that junk food is high in fats. They did an experiment with rats. First, they tested rat speed, and then they put them on a 1-week diet with high-fat foods. After the diet, the rats only ran half the speed that they did beforehand. Eating healthy foods can boost your energy because of the vitamins that they contain. But the long-term effects of junk food on your body are far worse than the short-term energy loss. When junk food is eaten in large amounts for a long period of time, it causes many different issues in the body which can harm our daily bodily functions. A Harvard article that I read talked about clogged arteries, also known as atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis, can give you a high risk of heart disease. They continued to talk about how to prevent heart disease. You need to lower your cholesterol, control your blood sugar, and lower your chances of heartburn. These are all symptoms of junk food. Junk food has high cholesterol, high sugar, and the salty, sodium-filled foods can give you heartburn. Eating right will not produce buildup in your arteries and will prevent heart disease. After reading an article by Healthline.com, I learned 13 ways that junk food affects your body. 2 of them that I found very interesting were dental distress and depression. When I read about dental distress, it talked about how carbs and sugars contain acids. When you eat these foods often, these acids break down the enamel on your teeth and can leave you going to the dentist and filling some cavities. The second I read about was depression. They talked about how depression, because of junk food, can come from body image, because your body image may not be what you want it to be at if you're eating unhealthy foods. And depression can also be caused because there are feel-good vitamins and nutrients that your body needs that come from healthy foods, and junk foods just do not have those vitamins and nutrients. Healthy foods provide your body with adequate nutrients that stimulate happiness and help the brain to function. But how are we supposed to eat healthy at school and work if we are exposed to tons of processed junk food? What we are exposed to every day has a huge impact on what we consume. School lunch options are something that affects people my age greatly. My school, for example, has lots of pastas, chips, cookies, soda, and slushies for choices at school lunches. This makes it hard to regulate when somewhere you go every day is stocked up on this delicious junk food. Artinstitute.edu even goes to say that 17% of children ages 2 to 19 are obese, and obesity can lead to high blood pressure, diabetes, and depression. As a child, making the right food choices is tough. Parents, though, can help enforce healthy eating habits with packed lunches that they make the night before, as well as water bottles and healthy snacks for throughout the day at school. This makes it easier to avoid the unhealthy options in the lunchroom. Another place that society affects what we eat is places of work that affect people more like my parents. They have short lunch breaks, which makes you tend to run to fast food. It's quick, easy, and cheap. Another option would be vending machines. It's a quick snack, a cheap snack, or a sugary drink. But just packing a lunch the night before, as well as snacks and water, just like for your kids, can help prevent making these bad food choices. Being around these unhealthy choices in our daily routines makes it tough to make the right choice. So bringing an alternative option will benefit your body in the long run. At the end of the day, it's a choice between wanting a future in the hospital or a future enjoying a healthy life with your loved ones. After hearing about the negative effect junk food has on your energy levels, the long-term effects on the body, and the ways to prevent bad eating in everyday life, I hope you'll make the right choice. Thank you.